Apex again, that was quite an entrance. It was fun to just sit down, but I fell and tripped. So I then put another storytelling video, just because some random ratchet things have happened to me lately. So I decided to tell you about it. This is, as you can really tell from a bullying story, and yeah, I've been bullied my whole life, but this one really scared me, and I'm still a little bit in shock from it. So yeah. Okay, so basically what happened is me and my friend, let's call her Jade. So me and my friend Jade, we're just hanging out in town, just being normal teenagers, like going around, we're going to the library, eating McDonald's, whatever. And we get to the library, go over a few minutes, and we walk out. And there's two girls, one of them was actually Jade's cousin, let's call her Anna. So Anna and her friend, let's call her friend Selena. So Anna and Selena came out to us, and I know Anna for quite a while, because I've been friends with Jade for a while. So Anna just saw me and she stopped dead in her tracks. She just looked at me like she was scared or something. She just looked at me and I'm like, I smiled at her. So she and Jade hugged, and she turned towards me and she said, you know, don't take this personal or anything, but I think you're a bitch. And I'm like, okay. She's like, it's not personal, but I just think you're a bitch. I'm like, alright, whatever. So she and Jade talked about it. I just stayed out of the conversation because I didn't know Jade that well. I mean, I didn't know Anna that well. So they kept talking, and I was just standing there with my head down, sort of waiting for them to finish the conversation, and apparently I was smiling for some reason. And Anna turned, she said, get the fucking smile off your face. And I'm like, what the hell? She's like, stop smiling, stop looking at me. And I'm like, I'm not actually looking at you, I'm looking at the ground because it's a lot more interesting than you. I actually said that to her. I'm like, the ground is a lot more interesting than you. And she started like spouting all this like insults at me. She's like, why are you even here? Like, why are you hanging out with her? Why are you hanging out with Jade? My cousin isn't, they were cousins. She's like, my cousin doesn't even like you, yada yada yada. And I'm not one for conflict. I don't like conflict. I don't like fighting. I don't like violence. So I just started walking away. So I was walking back into Centre Place where we were going to go afterwards, and she kept spouting all these insults at me, and I just had enough. I didn't like it, so I turned around and I said, F off Anna. I said F up? No, I said F up Anna. And she, apparently she went to punch me and Jade held her back and I was quite thankful for that. So I just kept walking, hearing all the insults coming, so I'm like, screw it. And I'm quite a sensitive person. I get offended like really easily. So I went into Centre Place and I just bawled my eyes out crying. People were looking at me, so I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing. So I went to the bathroom because apparently I go into the bathroom so I cry. That seemed like the most logical explanation. So I went in there and stayed in there for about 2 minutes, just crying. Eventually I came out and Jade was waiting there and I said, oh, you know, where's Anna and Selena? And she said, I don't know, they went off somewhere. And I'm like, alright. So we just get on like hanging out, and then a few minutes later Anna came again with this whole pack of girls, and I'm thinking, what the hell? So I just started walking away again, not wanting to get into anything. And then Anna said, why are you walking away? Are you scared of me? I turned around and I said, I'm not scared of you, I just don't want a fight to start. I just don't want to fight with you. And she's like, oh please, you're such a weakling. I'm like, yeah, I am. That's why I don't want to fight, because I know to lose anyways. So I keep walking and Jade was walking ahead of me. So I just walked after Jade. And one of the girls, I'd never learned her name because I never talked to her, but she pushed me in the back, and we were up at the escalators. So she pushed me in the back. I almost fell down. There was a rubbish in there, so I grabbed onto that. If I hadn't grabbed onto that, I probably would have gone down the escalators. So I turned around, just looked there, and Jade came up to me. And she pushed the girl back and said, get your hands off her. And I felt like crying again, so I did. I started crying and I went to the shop that I knew one of my friend's mums worked in. So I went in there and I was talking to her and I said, you know, there's these girls up there, they're bullying me, they pushed me and all that. So she's like, oh shit. So she called security and security came and like sort of talked to them and like got them away. Jade came over and sort of, you know, trying to comfort me and stuff. And we just kept going, you know. I cried for a bit more and we went to the transport centre or the bus depot to meet with our friends because they just gone out of school. Because they're all younger than us, so they just gone out of school, so we're like, alright. we'll go to the depot and hang out with him for a while. So I went to the depot and saw my friends were like, hey, what's going on, what's up? Before I could even sit down, the girls came by again, and I'm thinking, what the hell, why can't they just leave me alone? And they had knives and scissors with them. Yeah, apparently they went to the warehouse and bought a bunch of knives and scissors, and they all advanced on me and were holding them up to my neck going, like, not saying anything, just holding them up to my neck, and I'm like, shit, 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 shit. They formed a circle around me, and I was scared as shit. I was crying by then. I'm like, please, just leave me alone. I don't want to fight. Can you please just leave me alone? And one of the girls thought I was crying, and she turned to one of the other girls. She was like, come on, let's just leave her. We've made her cry. You know, let's just go. Let's just leave. And Selena, she's like, nah, she deserves what she gets. She told Anna to F off and stuff. So, crying, more crying. I'm just like, just leave me alone. And the girl's just like, come on, let's just leave her. We've made her cry, let's just go. And then one of my friends, let's call her Isla. Isla pulled me away and pulled me into the bus depot, because there's a bus depot and there's a building next to it. She pulled me into there and took me to the bathroom and like cleaned up my face, and I told her the whole story of what had happened. And I didn't want to go outside because I knew they were still out there. So I just stayed inside and sat in some seats with Isla, and these two girls I didn't know came in, and they said, hey, you know, what's going on? We saw some girls surround you back there. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know why, but they're bullying me. They're like, oh, what happened? So I told them, and they're just like, well, I think it's because you told that one girl to F up. And I'm like, yeah, but that's all I said to her. I don't even know the other girls. I'll just plan to stay in town for longer, but I'm like, you know what, I've had enough, I just want to go home. So my other friends came in after that, and I said, hey, I'd really like to hang out with you guys for the rest of the day, but I'm too scared to go out there, I'm just going to go home. Luckily my bus had just arrived then, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go home. And once I got home, I just started crying, and I ran up to mum and I cried into her shoulder, and I told her everything. I told my sister, and then Jade called me and she said, hey, the girls, I think some of the girls are coming around to my place tonight. Do you want to bring your sister or your mum or something and come talk to them? And I said, no, I just want to leave. I don't want anything, you know, to happen. And she said, no, seriously, it has to be sorted out. Just like, bring your sister, bring your mum, bring whoever you want to. So, I got my two sisters. So me and my two sisters went to Jade's place, and the girls were there, and she just kept spelling insults at me the entire time. And I'm like, mate, I never did anything to you. All I did was say you F because you were annoying me, and you were being actually very cruel to me. And her mum was there, and her mum was actually siding with me, which I felt pretty victorious about. Her mum was siding with me, and Jade's dad was siding with me. Apparently, I've been looking at her in an odd way. I have this condition that makes my eyelids really heavy, so if I look at someone, I might look like I'm giving them like an evil look or something, like giving the evils as people tell it. So apparently, I had unintentionally been looking at her like that, because my eyes are very dull and very half-lit at times, so it looks like I was giving the evils, which I actually wasn't. And Jade's dad actually explained this because he'd known me since I was like in primary school. So he said, you know, Courtney has this condition that makes her eyelids really heavy, and it doesn't mean that she doesn't like you. She wasn't giving you the evils or anything. And I'm like, yeah, I literally wasn't. You know, I have nothing against you, so why would I even give you the evils to begin with? So we talked it out, and in the end, Anna apologised, Selena apologised, one of the other girls that was there apologised, everyone else, the other girls had like gone home, and one of the girls called me the other day. I don't know how she got my number, but she called me the other day and she said, hey, sorry about pushing you the other day. I thought you were someone else. Of course, I didn't believe that bullshit. But I'm like, it's okay. It's all over now. And we're all friends now, so yeah. I've seen Selena and Anna a couple of times, and we've hugged and hung out and just talked, and yeah, but no, it was very traumatic for me. I'd never been bullied like that before. I've never actually had any physical bullying. It was more verbally, but the fact that, you know, one of the girls pushed me, and I knew if I done escalators, I'm still a little bit in shock from it, but yeah, it's over. But yeah, it was very traumatic for me. So I hope you enjoyed that story, I guess. And And why don't you comment down below and tell me what video you want to see next, whether it's types of blah blah blah, or no, storytelling video, or I don't know, anything you want to know about me, just ask me and I'll answer. So, until next time, bye.